What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to welcome you all to another edition of Wayne's Perspective, where we operate in discipline, decency, integrity, and respect. And I'm coming through with another video just for you. Okay. So before we get started with today's reaction video, I just want to give a shout out to those who are continuing to check out the channel, those who have subscribed. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. I'm still doing the best I can regarding getting this content up here, and hopefully the channel continues to grow. So those who have recently subscribed, commented, and checked out my recent videos, shout out to you. Also, I hope everyone is doing okay on this Memorial Day weekend. Currently in the Richmond, Virginia area, it is 2:43 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is May 26, 2024. So like I always say, I hope everyone is doing okay, living life the best way you know how, and then some. As for me, I pretty much worked today. I worked yesterday, but other than that, I'm doing good. Y'all know how I do, taking every day one day at a time and living life the best way I know how. So with all that being said, we're going to go into today's video now. I recently talked about this on my channel, and if you haven't checked out my previous video talking about Jasmine Crockett, go ahead and check that out before you check out this one. Now, initially, I wasn't going to do a second video, but after reading some comments and looking at some other YouTubers' videos on this subject, which is still pretty relevant right now, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a second video on this, just basically reaffirming that I still stand with Jasmine Crockett regarding what's been going on. And, shout out to her. If I was giving out awards, I would definitely give her an award for Congresswoman of the Year. I definitely would give her that, because she stands on business. She knows what she's talking about. And yes, she looks good. I'll admit it. She's cute. She's easy on these eyes. But, considering how she represents her district and how she brings it when she's in these hearings and how she brings it when she does her interviews, she would be my choice for a Congresswoman. We need more like her in Congress. So again, shout out to her. Secondly, just to give you all a recap as to what's going on or what's been happening. So like you all know, if you've been following me, that I do have political aspirations. So I do plan to get my start in the Virginia House of Representatives. Excuse me. Let me back up on that. The Virginia House of Delegates. That's where I plan to get my start. However, the ultimate goal for me is to become elected to the United States House of Representatives. So, if you've been following me and my channel, you know about that, but this video is not going to be about that. So what's happening here is that a few days ago, or should I say several days ago, there was a House hearing, and they were debating whether or not to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress, contempt of Congress, excuse me. And so to start, Marjorie Taylor Greene, y'all know who that chick is. She asked a dumb question that really shouldn't have been asked regarding whether the Democrats were funding the employment of the daughter of the judge who's overseeing the Trump trial in New York. And when I get into this video, y'all gonna hear it all. So Jasmine Crockett in the background rightly asked, and she wasn't even nasty about it. She was like, what does that have to do with Merrick Garland? So then a few words were exchanged, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene came in and insulted Miss Crockett. Y'all heard the clip, and we're going to hear it here, and then it escalated from there. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC, she jumped in, came to Miss Crockett's defense. Then AOC, she proceeded she proceeded to become insulted on her own. So not only did Marjorie Taylor Greene insult Miss Crockett, she assaulted Miss Ocasio-Cortez too, talking about what did she say? You don't have enough intelligence or something like that. Y'all gonna hear it in the clip. Trust me, I'm gonna get to it. And then going back to Miss Crockett, she called her eyelashes fake, and I'm gonna touch on this again, but that's basically what happened. And then, it just turned into a big controversy, one that Miss Crockett is profiting off of, and I give her props on that. She took it and ran with it, for a good cause, because let's face it, the Republicans would do the same thing, so basically, like I said, a big flare up erupted, a verbal flare up, and then next thing you know, here we are. So, so with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. And before I start, I want to give a shout out to Miss Pink Book Lessons. She does real good work on her channel. I've been following her for quite some time, so definitely a major shout out to her. I know she's going to mention it in her video, but I'll go ahead and, mention it early. If you're not following her, please do so. If you want to get a balanced perspective from a woman's point of view, specifically a Black woman's point of view, her channel is it. So again, shout out to her for this video and for all her other content, and fair usage for the video, fair usage. So without further delay, we're going to go ahead and get into this one, y'all.
Time's expired. Does any other member seek recognition?
Mr.
Chair recognizes Ms. Green.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Mershon's daughter.
Unbelievable.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Right.
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising. Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman, that's beneath even order.
Let me stop right there. Okay. Did you see how she flipped her hair back and the look of arrogance on her face? She knew what she said. It wasn't no slip of the lip. It wasn't no mistake or none of that. Do you see just the arrogance and the entitlement? It's, I do not want to get on here and say I don't like her. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to have anything resembling a decent conversation if I was in the same room with her. But I mean, my God, man. I mean, but that's that type of attitude, specifically from the women in this case. That type of attitude is what we've been seeing since that Trump era, basically since he came down that escalator in 2015. This is what we've been seeing. And quite frankly, we're going to see stuff like this for a long time coming unless the voters come to their senses and vote her and people like her out. It is that simple. And I think I might have missed this too. I think right here, to her right, but as I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it on the left. I think that's Lauren Boebert. That's 2 seats down from her, and I think she kept quiet during this whole hearing, which is a surprise to me because she's no better. But I don't want to turn this into her. But I mean, just how she flicked her hair back and the facial expressions and all that stuff. You can look at it and tell she meant what the hell she said. It wasn't no mistake or anything like that. And she rightly should have been checked, as we're going to see again, because no, you're not going to come and talk to me, or in this case, since I'm, going to speak on behalf of Ms. Crockett, you don't talk to a woman like that, specifically a Black woman like that, and not think that you're not going to be checked. I don't care if it's in the House of Representatives. I don't care if it's in a local food line. For all I care, you don't talk to people like that. But let's continue.
Of your committee.
Order.
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
All right. Let me stop right there. Okay. Now, that look on her face, now, I will say, hey, don't dish it if you can't take it. So that look on her face was like, yeah, she knew what she said. But again, you're not going to talk to people like that and expect to not get checked. And Mr. Goldman, I'm just noticing that he had a little smile. He laughed a bit too. I would have laughed if I was in the room, because I mean, it was funny. But then again, it wouldn't have been this had Miss Green not made those comments. It's that simple, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit more. And let me go back and talk about something else briefly. So as you can see right here, House Oversight Committee holds hearing on contempt of Congress resolution against Attorney General Merrick Garland. And that's what this is about. Now, I have to do my research to see if they held a vote on that, but I'm pretty sure I would have got a notification or something on my phone or email saying whether the vote passed or whether it failed. So I got to take a look at that. So basically what happened with that is that Congress, specifically the Republicans on these committees, they were requesting the audio tapes from President Biden's interview with Robert Hur and all that stuff. And basically, not only did the Attorney General refuse the tapes, but the White House asserted executive privilege. They don't need those tapes, because all you're going to do is you're going to selectively pick things that's going to help your case, even though you don't have one, and you're going to use those as election things, election clips and comments, and try to use it against Biden and slander him. Ain't nobody stupid. That's exactly what they're doing. They're not doing this for any other purpose, and nobody should be fooled into thinking that they're doing it for any other purpose other than, to score political points, because that's what they do, but let's keep it going. And again, shout out to Ms. Crockett.
If you're wondering why the country is a complete mess, this is why. You have a do-nothing Congress turned circus going viral, all because of Marjorie Taylor Greene and her personal attack on Representative Jasmine Crockett.
And she was right about that, a do-nothing Congress. And why is it a do-nothing Congress? Because this is what happens when you put the Republicans in power. And again, like I've said in other videos, when you have stuff like that, when you have people voting in a certain way, as if, you're sticking it to Joe Biden, or you're just simply staying at home and loudly celebrating that you're staying at home, this is what you get. This is a case where elections have consequences. You're seeing it on full display. And you see that anytime the Republicans are in power, specifically with the House of Representatives. And I knew when they took over, this was going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. And we're still seeing it. Still seeing it.
It doesn't matter your political party or who you represent. Any sensible person should be able to see that she was out of order. And everybody was pretty much okay with it until Representative Crockett clapped back. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, so I'm going to give you all just a couple of seconds to do exactly what Miss Pink Book said. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because like I said, she does excellent work on her channel. So go ahead and do that if you haven't done so already, and we're going to continue with the rest of the video, y'all. And again, shout out to her.
Mr.
Chair
Chairman,
recognizes Ms. Green.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Mershon's daughter.
Such a dumbass question. Why ask that?
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Exactly. Nothing at all.
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
Who's advising?
So freaking arrogant. Jeez.
Do you know what we're here for? We're here about
just
AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
the
ain't
viewing.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
beneath
would
even
you
order.
please regain order of your committee?
Order.
Obviously, Marjorie's down there trying to do this whole WWE thing between the Dems and the Republicans. The way she presented her question that had nothing to do with the hearing and attempting to be disruptive and divisive on purpose for really no other reason than attention. That's just really low for a woman old enough to have an AARP card up here acting like a middle school mean girl, and we wonder why nothing is getting done in Congress.
Exactly. Those are some good points. And pardon me pausing prematurely. I need to get better with that, y'all. I'm working on it. But just attention seeking. That's another thing that this is about. It's like you had no reason to ask a question like that. And the response that she got, like I said, utter silence. That's the exact response that she should have got. Attention and just being disruptive. And to the Republican voters, how is this helping? How is this a good thing? How is being disruptive and chaotic? How is that helping anything? Is this entertaining? Is that what this is about? As long as you're entertained in this seat of government, that's fine. As long as nothing get done, that's it. Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
And also, I want to highlight that Pink Book, she has the clip from Forbes. So this is basically an extended, well, I don't want to say an extended version, but it's basically, okay, well, I guess I can say an extended clip because all of the other clips, were, added down and, certain highlights were pieced together and things like that. But she has like the actual, extended clip. if you will. So shout out to Pink Book for getting that.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
Mr. I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings
Her
hurt?
words down.
Oh,
Oh, girl, baby girl.
oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will that?
And let me stop it right here. You know, AOC, shout out to her. You know, she gets a little flack from certain people, but shout out to her because she's been there for a while, and she's been, you know, you could just look at the frustration on her face because she's been dealing with this nonsense for the last few years. You know, they want to come for her and make all sorts of comments about her, so she's fed up. Now, I know she's still gonna, you know, do her thing. I think she's gonna be in Congress for a good little while. You know, hopefully the voters don't vote her out, you know, but if anything, would she make a good senator? I think she would. But, you know, she's had up the head with this nonsense as well, just like most of us.
Okay. All right. We're suspending.
AOC was 38, rightfully so. Since when was it okay for lawmakers to come to work attacking the personal appearance of a colleague? And I guess since Marjorie Taylor Greene turned the place into a pigsty, wherever it went after that, well, she started it. It was like watching a bully, and most people don't like seeing that type of behavior, which is why AOC stepped in.
Exactly. And, you know, and another point here is that Marjorie Taylor Greene started, Jasmine Crockett, and by way of AOC, they finished it. Problem solved. Case solved. You know, that's the way I see it.
No, we're taking her words down. No way is that being allowed. Retract. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
And just look at her at her desk, and I'm talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She like not a care in the world. And again, that one no slip of the lip. She didn't misspeak or misspoke. You know, she meant what the hell she said. I mean,
She appreciated it.
And I think the smartest thing that I've seen Lauren Boebert do is just sit there and not say nothing. And I believe that she voted with the Democrats regarding, I think, either striking her words down or something to that effect. But I think that's the smartest thing I ever seen that woman do is not say anything, because had she stepped in on Marjorie Taylor Greene's behalf, then it would have gotten worse. You know, and besides, they don't really care for each other anyway. You know, I mean, if y'all been following politics, y'all know that, you know, they don't get along pretty much. They don't have some verbal squabbles on the House floor and one of them other committees, I believe last year or something like that. So they're not on the same page either. So now I guess it makes sense as to why Lauren Boebert didn't step in. And why should she? You know, no, she ain't coming to her defense. And again, that's not saying that Lauren Boebert is a saint, because she's no saint either. Look, if Marjorie Taylor Greene is number one in causing chaos and confusion and all of that and being disruptive in Congress, Lauren Boebert is 1A. Let's keep it real.
Not today.
Yes.
Not today.
I gotta find some place where I can work.
Here's what we're not going to do. You can't.
Sit down.
And I'm still trying to figure out why Marjorie had this on. Did you notice that no one else had their arms out? Everybody else either had on a sweater, a blazer, while she's wearing white pants and this top, looking like she's on her way to brunch or the golf club, not a House hearing. But let me tell you, because she's built the way she is, it's easy for people to overlook her unprofessionalism.
Exactly. That's a good ass point right there. Again, shot Pink Book lesson. She tells it like it is. But yeah, that is a good point. Everybody is dressed professionally, you know, dressed for the occasion, and look at how she's dressed, you know, but you know, she gets a pass and all that stuff. And you wonder why she gets a pass? It's simple. That's that WP on display. And what's that WP? White privilege.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because her ego's.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's all it is.
She's not
She
used to
doesn't
people
wanna say-
talking back to
She
her.
doesn't want to say sorry to nobody for nothing. She's gonna
Right.
learn.
Now, see those comments, you know, if you was looking at other videos, you didn't hear those comments, but yeah, I heard them and they were right.
The committee will reconvene. Miss Green has 4 minutes and 21 seconds. There's a motion. Miss Green, do you wish to strike your words?
I have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to speak.
I think we have to do the motion first, and then unless there's another motion, then you'll be recognized again. But I believe there's another motion coming. So, you agree to strike your words?
Yeah. I'll
Okay. Miss Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
apologized.
recognizes
No.
Mr. Perry.
She
Okay,
apologized.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Miss Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then,
Okay, let me stop it right there. Now, y'all heard that, and she gonna say it again. She says she would not apologize. Okay, fine. You know, now other normal people would say, you know, Miss Crockett and Miss AOC would deserve apologies. I would say so, but look, you know, I would say so, and I would agree. You know, let me say that again. But in a case like this, and when you're dealing with the Republicans, they never apologize for anything. And I wish that the media, you know, and other people would stop asking them to. You know, if Trump ain't gonna apologize for a damn thing, you know, the other Republicans, especially those who worships the ground he walk on, you know, they ain't gonna apologize for anything. So you know, it didn't surprise me to hear her say she won't apologize, and she stood on it. You know, and I hope nobody else even tries to come out and try to force her to apologize, because number one, she's not, and if she did, it's not going to be genuine. Let's get that clear.
They
You're
reserve
not
the right to
breaking your
object.
word.
I am
You're
not
retracting.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Don't.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
Pretty
minority.
self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
So after talking about one woman's eyelashes, she's now talking about another woman's intelligence, as if she's somehow intelligent. I don't know who told her that or where she got that from. Up here talking about, why won't you debate me? Lady, sit down. Just a hot hillbilly mess.
Okay,
Exactly.
move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to
Strike the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology.
And then look at all this chaos she's starting. They can't even get our business done, and this is why.
Miss Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection.
Not apologizing.
Reserving the right to
No,
object.
Chairman,
I
Chair
reserve the right to object.
recognizes Mr.
I
Perry.
reserve the right to object.
Chairman, I move that Mr. Goldman's words and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's words be stricken.
Okay.
Which words, and you have to do it contemporaneously, object. The objection must be
James,
contemporaneous.
bless his heart.
They haven't spoken in 10 minutes.
Nobody's
Jamie
spoken
Raskin.
in 10 minutes.
Well, that's right. Therefore, defeating your proposal.
You all have. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
We weren't able to.
But I object. It doesn't refer to anything that's on the floor. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez objected immediately and instantaneously, as you're supposed to do under the rules and precedents
recess
of the
after
House of
that,
Representatives.
so the first time he could
Mr. Chairman,
I
point of,
suspend.
Let's
Chairman,
suspend.
point of parliamentary inquiry.
We're going to suspend for a minute, but we'll talk to the parliamentary.
I object to your objection.
This is crazy, y'all.
Mr.
House of
Chairman, on
Representatives.
this vote, the ayes are 21, the nays are 19, with 1 voting present.
All right, motion table. Now the chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Word to the mother.
Listen, I don't know which was more hilarious, her clapback or his reaction to it. But Representative Crockett here, she thought about what she was going to say before she said it. It was at least 10 to 15 minutes after Marjorie's initial attack because the meeting was inactive most of that time. But all of this was boiling up inside of her, especially hearing Marjorie being so defiant. So this is what she got, her own justice.
That's right. And, you know, again, shout out to her for the clapback, you know. And she's tired of the nonsense too.
So, okay, so you want to talk about my appearance, which is clearly a violation here. I'm going to talk about yours. And I have to say it's impressive how she said so many B words without saying the B word.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part of
I'm trying to find clarification on what
Chairman, motion to strike those
what
words.
you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do
Y'all did it
it.
first, so you don't talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look, calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through
So
proceedings.
I'm trying to
Hey,
get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to be-
down.
No,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
Calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take it.
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and talk about her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a
Mr.
problem.
Chairman, Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right, Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
It's not cute.
Ms. Green for
What's so disgusting about all of this is when the other lady started talking about what wasn't cute. But when Marjorie initiated all this with that personal attack, that same woman sat back and said nothing. It was just so hilarious to them. And nobody shook the table until AOC said something. If AOC didn't say anything and Crockett didn't defend herself just now, they would have made a mockery of Crockett and pretended like they didn't hear anything. No,
Bingo.
that's not how it's going to go down. I can tell you one thing about a Black American. We know how to roast.
for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Ms. Green talk, and then you all can. I'll recognize.
But I moved to strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
Who? Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the rules
sideshow
of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Hey, I'm recognized. I'm recognized. I'm going to go ahead and start talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you've noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf. I'm not understanding. Everybody's yelling. I'm doing the best I can. Can we not recognize Ms. Green and let her
We
get?
cannot because of the rules of the committee, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to communicate in the present moment.
We have a Okay, what's the motion? What's
The motion is to strike the gentlelady's words for the second set of remarks, not the first, the second.
She
that
has
apply
no
to me.
idea. She has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the only one recognized right now.
We objected at the time.
Will the member state the word she wishes struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent. These are the specific words. We can have it read by the clerk.
It was made immediately.
And it was made immediately. I am not moving now.
I don't think it was.
I am not moving
It was made
now.
immediately, both by the gentlelady and by me.
Mr. Chair, it was made immediately.
It was made
and you
immediately,
said
both by
that
the
you would
gentlelady and by
return
me.
to us.
She said, "You don't have the intelligence to talk to me," is what she said.
The chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, what is happening with the
I
ruling?
object to the ruling now.
We must object.
I mean, if you want to take it up,
move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
We should just adjourn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I was.
hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought Jerry Springer.
Not sure if you heard one of the guys speaking. He said, I thought Jerry Springer died. Yeah, but Marjorie came up and messed up the hearing, turning it into a Jerry Springer hoedown. All of it was just ridiculous, but I'm glad Representative Crockett defended herself because After sparring with Marjorie Taylor Greene last week, Jasmine Crockett announced a new merchandise collection. She's going to be selling t-shirts featuring her bleach blonde, bad built butch body jab, and she's attempting to trademark it. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me.
All right. So again, yeah, it is trademarked at this point, based on what I've been hearing. But yeah, shout out to Pink Book Lessons for this video. It was good. You know, she hit on a lot of key points, and I agreed largely with everything she said. And the main thing here is you're not going to talk to people any kind of way and not expect to get clapped back, you know, or expect to get a clap back, a verbal clap back. You just cannot do it. I don't care if it's in the house, like I said earlier. I don't care if it's in the House of Congress. I don't care if it's in your local food line or anywhere else. You're not going to let people talk to you like that and not expect a full-fledged verbal clapback. You're just not going to do it. And if anybody in that body deserves all sorts of clapbacks, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene. Case in point. So again, shout out to Ms. Crockett for standing up for herself and those clapbacks, and shout out to AOC for coming to her defense as well. You know, and that's where we are. So if you don't want to see stuff like this in the future and you want to see your business being handled as Americans and constituents and all of that, we got to get these Republicans out of power and put the power back in the hands of Democrats, you know, the people who are going to work for the people and not resort to this nonsense. And that's why I stand. So with all that being said, y'all, we come to the end of this video. If you like what you heard and you're ready to become part of Team Discipline, go ahead and hit that like button and drop some comments if you feel in the commentary. And last but not least, hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you're notified when I drop new videos. And until next time, my people, take care of yourselves. And remember, power of the mind is valuable. And again, like my mom would tell you, you cannot treat people any kind of way and expect good